So this is a viewer project. What I have here is two 6-inch 3-cutter joiner heads. And what he has asked me to do, this one needed the shaft resized to match this one, but this one needs the grooves where the cutter blades sit to be deeper on this one. Wants them both the same, and we have to modify both to get them there. I've already turned this shaft to match that shaft, so the same pulley will go on here and a new keyway to match the keyway on that one. That was the easiest thing to do. I could have cut that keyway larger, but yeah, you know, it was 6 of one, half dozen the other, so I went with a new keyway on this one. Now we need to deepen this groove right here on that one. So this is kind of a different kind of setup where these walls are not parallel to one another. So we need to be parallel. We need to have this surface where the cutter head vertical. So what I did here is I took a Fireball square 3/16 magnetic block, stuck it in here with a adjustable parallel behind it so it's up tight against that surface. Then up and down here to get this dialed in as close as possible. And yeah, it's moving, but I'm within about a half a thousandths. Out here I'm going to put a rose index. I'm going to sweep across that, get this, so this is aligned horizontal, that's then be perpendicular to this surface, and then I can just rotate it and just dial in that surface, and I should be really good. I probably double check it, but I should be spot on, as long as they made it accurately, which they should have. What made this a little harder to hold is one of the backside grooves. So I'm getting this one vertical, but the jaw wants to center this up across that flat here. So what I've done back here is I stuck a 1/4 inch rod in and then a 1/2 inch piece of round stock in, and so it has contact on the round bar here, so I can then turn this against that jaw and get it so it locks up solid against this surface and that round bar, and that is nice and solid in there. So you'll see there I'm lining up on the hex part of this, and we'll just go back and forth, and I'm basically 0 on that. We'll be able to use this as a reference, hopefully. I have a 1/4 inch end mill in there. I need to drop this groove down 68 thousandths. I'm gonna measure each one against this edge and go with the depth of the other one, which is 548 thousandths straight. We'll raise the table to do the cutting. All right, I rolled it to the neck. This is the second groove. I rolled it. I went across the rose index, dialed it into 0. I came over, I put my blocks back in, checked it. I was within a half a thousandths or less. So that was perfect. So the indexing thing is working out perfect. I have my same setup in the back. I'll show you that when I get it out for the last time. And we'll just go back here and mill that out. I'm going to roll it for the last one. I'm going to show you the setup in the back here. You can see here how I have a 1/4 inch bar and a piece of half round bar, and that sticks out over 1/8 of an inch past the OD and gives me a nice clamp point, because it wants to set, when you clamp it, it wants to go flat across there, and that's not the right spot. So this way I have a spot I can clamp there and here and adjust it. And having a knocker really helps here, where you can just fine-tune rotation. That works excellent. And I'll rotate it again and do the last groove. There we go. Nice 0 reading on the rose index. There'll be links to this stuff in the description to the rose index. There we go, James. Pretty much the same, within thousands, a few thousands actually, and they actually came out pretty darn good. This one we reduced the shaft on, and a new keyway somewhere, and a new keyway there, and the depth of these grooves here where the cutting edge goes, make it the same on this one. So he'll have two cutter heads he can just exchange out that way.